guys? Out here playing around in the Warlock. Thought I'd give you a little update what's going on. So I've been trying to put some of the accessories on the engine. Power steering pump pulley, power steering pump, all the brackets, power steering lines, all brand new. New fan clutch, alternator brackets, heater hose brackets, thermostat housing. I was mocking up the air cleaner because I've been working on the throttle cables. So I got this kind of high-rise throttle cable bracket set up here. And the next thing I'm playing with here is trying to get this low car cable, kick down cable to work with a thermoquad, which nobody makes brackets for. They really don't work, so I'm ended up fabricating something here. I got it all kind of engineered, and I'm gonna weld this bolt here right to the throttle shaft, right at the pivot point, and bolt this little chrome bracket on so that when the throttle goes back, I'm gonna pull this cable forward, give me my line pressure. So that's kind of the next step I'm working on. I just thought I'd give you guys a little closer and look at what's going on. Got the fuel pump on. Nice high volume Edelbrock unit with all the -8 fuel lines running all the way up to the carb, right from the tank. You can see I made my own pickup coming out of the tank. Still got a brand new sending unit, so the fuel gauge and everything is all going to work nice. And then I still have the original fuel line all ran, all still hooked up. Still comes up to the front here. You can see this is still the original fuel line, just in case. I'm gonna run some nitrous, and now I have auxiliary fuel. So kind of a few things I've been working on. I got parts laying all over, painted parts. I got bedside, everything on the truck's painted. Hood's sitting over there. Everything else is in the basement. Everything that you don't see here, fenders, inner fenders, NOS core support, NOS tailgate, the back bed panel, the rear fenders, brand new rear cross member, a couple of cross members for the bed, all the slats that go in between the wood, all the bolts, everything's all painted. Interior is almost complete. I've been working on getting the gauges and some of the auxiliary gauges installed. Got an old school Sun Pro Super Tack. What I'm doing over here is I'm installing a mechanical oil pressure and water temperature gauge, just because I don't trust the for whatever reason this truck, unlike my little red, it actually has a gauge. This kind of just has like a light, and this is the original temperature gauge. I'm not gonna trust them right away. I got too much into this motor, so I'm gonna run mechanical gauges. Other than that, that's the only thing that deviates from stock inside here. It's our legendary seat covers. The whole inside of the cab's all been redone. I'm sure if you've seen my other videos, I cut the roof right off this truck. All the windows are back in it, fit perfect. Doors fit perfect. Windshield's back in it. So I'm almost to the point where I'm going to start figuring out the wiring. Yeah, you're gonna love this. This is where the wiring's been for the last 3 years. Yeah, this is all the engine wiring, so a lot of it's lights and stuff. I got brand new NOS starter solenoids. I got new ignition modules, and that's gonna be fun to sort out and clean up and kind of go through. Headers are installed. These are Headmans. They were black ceramic coated. I got a really good deal on them. I wanted the silvers, so I ended up taking them and coating them with some silver VHT, and then a satin clear over them. I'm really happy the way those turned out. Got the competition engineering shocks put in, all brand new brakes, new brake lines. But it's coming along. Just thought I'd give you a quick update on the truck. I was out here screwing around. Cannot wait to put this bed together. Oh, so this is what I was just doing. Check this out. I was staining, well, not staining actually, I was burning. So I got these couple pieces of oak for test panels. So my bed wood should be here pretty shortly, and I had this idea to burn it with a torch. Actually got some footage of it. I'll probably put that in right here. Just a torch I actually used to burn weeds at my camp, and I had this idea because the wood floor in the bed of the truck is actually supposed to be painted black from the factory. A lot of guys just go right to the oak, poly it, call it a day. I kind of wanted to go in between, not quite paint it totally black, but really give it a nice dark look, and I'm blown away with how it comes so far. I think it came out really cool. And here's a little red air cleaner, all fully restored, new chrome lid, thermoquad that I had built. I actually had this car built years ago for me by a guy named Demon Sizzler, and it's been worked over. It's close to 900 CFM. It's got smooth bowls, it's got some port work, it's got a choke delete, a few other tricks, and then I just had it rebuilt again by Ken Manley up in Canada. He just went through this thing and really made it a sweet unit. Leather accelerator pump. We tested it on the dyno and the thing just ran perfect. I mean, we didn't touch a thing. We just put it on. I filled the bowls with fuel, hit the key, and it fired right up. And the tuner even told me, he said, man, because this thing just runs amazing on this. We broke it in with his carb. I wanted to make sure with this. I was pretty happy with the results. But, quick little backstory: I bought this truck with no engine, no transmission. It was just basically a roller. It was in decent shape, I thought. I bought it sight unseen from Maryland. The roof ended up being totally rotted out. from a sunroof, and it took the floors out a little bit. So but when I got the truck, I really went around, and the rest of the truck was so nice that I said it's worth saving. That's why I cut the roof off the truck, and I put new floors in it. And other than that, there was very little rust work I did on the truck, other than these bed sides needed some patchwork and stuff. I wish I could have replaced them. They do not make these, and I'm in upstate New York, and they're just impossible to find around here. You can find them in California, Texas, Arizona, $1,000 for a pair, and then try to get them up here, without getting them beat up. And I figured my best bet was to repair them the best I could. The rest of the truck is all mint, and if down the road someday I gotta replace these, then that's what I gotta do. But for now, they look nice. I metal patched a few areas, and they're not the straightest. Where the fenders bolt on, they were over tightened, and there's a little bit of a wave going down. But I figured that it was a better repair not to slather the side with Bondo and try to do metal work and Bondo it to make it perfectly straight, and then you go to tighten the fenders up and there's fiberglass or plastic in between, so there's no rust. It's all took right down to metal, epoxy sealed, primed, painted. There's a little bit of a wave, but there's no filler in there, so I think that was the better way to go for now. And can't wait to see this bed put together. These freaking giant meats on it. 31 by 16 and a half, 15 by 12 Krieger SS, old school. It's got the 9 1/4 rear end factory. I was told it had 456 gears in it. I kind of did you turn the wheel and count the revolutions of the drive shaft. I came out to more like a 410, which I'm more than happy with. 456 is pretty rowdy for the street. This is just going to be a fun street truck for me. Definitely going to hit up the track a couple times. I got some grudge races with some friends, we've been talking crap about. Got a big block 4-speed Chevelle. Thinks he's gonna whoop me up, but we're gonna see about that. We're about the same weight, even though I'm a small block. This is a 413 or 416 cubic inch. I forget because of the way it was bored and stroked. It's a 1971 360 block with a 4-inch stroke Mopar crank. But I don't remember if it was bored 30 over or 60 or somewhere in between, which makes it a weird. I know a stroked 360 is a 408, and when you add 30,000 bore over on it, that gives it 5 cubic inches, and so it's somewhere in between there. But it's indy heads. Aluminum indy heads. You see how I painted it to kind of want to give it that stock look when you peek into the engine bay. And you can do this one-handed. There we go. Peek into the engine bay, and it's kind of fools you for a second if you don't know what you're looking at. Yeah, it's a Mopar M1 high-rise intake, aluminum heads. But I wanted kind of how Little Red looks with the chrome air cleaner, chrome valve covers. Stockish kind of look. But well, I think this is where I started going into. I bought this truck with no engine, no transmission, so I'm starting completely fresh. I had basically a short block, and trying to find everything. Every bracket, every pulley, every little thermos, every housing, every little fitting, like all this stuff I had to just figure out, all the throttle cables, the linkages, the bracketry. It's been quite the feat so far. I'm starting to see the light. Transmission's been rebuilt. Yeah, you can't see much, but tranny's all been redone. The exhaust is going to be another one, probably one of my next biggest projects. I'm putting stacks on this, so the bed sides are already all drilled out to accept. Here's all the bracketry right here for the stacks. I have the shields. I'm going to end up making the stacks myself because I want 3-inch. It's going to be 3-inch all the way. So I'm going to end up custom making the insides of the stacks. Here's the old ones here. They're like 2 1/4 inches. But they're a real set of stacks off a 1978 Little Red. That's gonna be a pretty cool project. Hopefully, I need some more tools to before I tackle that. But hopefully, I'll get some good footage on that, making the exhaust. Actually, kind of stoked on that. That's come a long way. It's been almost 3 years. Give you guys a little update. Appreciate you guys watching the videos, and hopefully we'll have this thing to the point where I can get this thing out in the street and start romping on it and really get some good content going. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, take it easy.